Alright everyone, this is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's a straight up energy reading. And we're going to talk today about Saturn going direct. It's extremely important. It is, as October's readings go, as powerful a reading as the 1010 portal. It is that powerful. Saturn going direct is influenced by Mercury and Mars energies. And on the same day it goes direct, Venus moves into Scorpio. Well, I'll pull on that separately, but Venus in Scorpio, it means you seek meaningful relationships. Things that are important. Things that are cups. Things that allow the emotion to flow and things along those lines. But Saturn direct, with the influence of Mercury and Mars, as I talked about in a recent blog article, whoops, did I say that? Talks about fear being completely gone. Somebody just, they got to do it. And it's interesting. This is a very interesting pre-shuffle. We're going to talk about it. This is going to be a very powerful reading. This one right here will rival the 1010 portal in importance and power. All right? The 1010 portal ended the first part of October. This one begins the second part. And it's pretty massive. That said, right on par. I'll tell you what, and the energy stays with us right up through next year. You know, it's there, and it's fueled even more by eclipse season, which is coming up. That said, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless because you're all moving on different speeds on your timeline. But the energy will affect you. It'll affect your person, no matter what speed they're moving. All right? Three of Cups. Crossed by the Nine of Swords, pre-shuffle, surface energy, just surface energy. The Nine Swords, the worry, the anxiety must stop in favor of this here. Saturn going direct allows us to process all the lessons that we've been learning. It's the teacher returning back to class when the students have been misbehaving while he or she has been out. It's a whole lot of ain't got time for no jibber jabber, as Mr. T once told us. And that's what the Nine of Swords crossing the Three of Cups is. Somebody's very anxious about it, but nines are the end in tarot. I'm drawn to the numerology here. It's the end of the anxiety. It's time to open up. It's time to speak, right? Because they've been kind of enlightened. We see it here. Death. It's the energy of change. Things have changed now. Saturn's going direct. It's time to process the lessons. It's time. The taskmaster has returned. All right, and that's that energy of change. This death card's been, this and justice has been representing the month of October. And right here, we've got the truth. We've got the Queen of Swords, right? And that Queen of Swords is read with a Seven of Wands, standing up and doing what's right energy. Right here, she holds the sword of truth. They can't unknow this. They can't unsee this. It's an action queen. She takes action. Toward what? Well, toward love. The Queen of Cups gives the full cup. It's the most love I can pull from the deck. It's an amazing pre-shuffle. The Queen of Cups is technically bookending the Three of Cups. It's about no more thinking about it, no more worrying about it. Again, it's time to move forward with how we feel, or tell someone how we feel. All right? And if you want more, fine. The Lovers and Judgment. Okay? It's someone you're making a decision, making a choice that's already been made by the universe. The love geese have been in the air a while. The writing's been on the wall for a long time. Someone here, as this relates to you, someone from the past is entering the present. And it'll affect your future one way or another. You will find out something. You will get some kind of information. Saturn direct this time around, fueled by Mars and Mercury, with Venus moving into Scorpio on the same day, wanting meaningful relationships. Again, people aren't anxious over things that don't matter. Okay? This connection has mattered to this person for a long time. And that truth is on the surface now. This is all surface energy. It's the pre-shuffle, or what I call the pre-shuffle. It's all surface energy, and the truth is very much on the surface. The change is evident around them, in the energies around them. It's time to speak up. It really is. It's a very, very strong energy, and I think we'll see some indications that if they don't, there could be some trouble here. But let's see what's going on. Let's pull a reading. And I'm going to clarify this because it's so powerful, the animal deck with the smaller animal deck. because it's very deep energy, especially with Venus moving into Scorpio at the same time. It's very powerful energy. Let's go. Let's shuffle the deck here. Give me the soulmate cycle with the effect of Saturn direct. And this energy, at its core, just to put it in Steve vernacular, if you will, cuts out all the bullshit. It cuts out all of the, just like the teacher returning, the kids are out, the teacher's out of the room, the kids go crazy. Everybody remembers school. We all did that. Paper airplanes flying, people smacking people doing all kinds of shit. Teacher comes back, everybody sit down real quick. Right? Everybody quiet. It's like that. And there's no fear here at all. There's no fear within the energy. So it's a no fear energy coupled with the fact of almost a sense of security. In other words, they feel a sense of security comes from opening up rather than being shut down. It's the opposite of how things have been for these runners. All right? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle with the effect of Saturn direct. Universe, this first card out before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? That's pretty massive. It's the Two of Swords. Again, there's that eclipse on the card. I keep being drawn to that. But this Two of Swords here, it's two Ace of Swords. There's two truths being realized here. All right? And they're both being dealt with. I believe it. I believe the eclipse plays a big role for the soulmate cycle, and I've been saying that. I believe they're handling something on their side. There's two things being handled because I have to consider that Queen of Swords that came up in the surface energy of the pre-shuffle. There are two truths being dealt with here. All right, it's not a stopped energy. It really isn't. Let's see what comes after the cut. See if I'm right. What did I say? I said it's not a stopped energy, right? Yeah, the King of Swords. Yeah, that's not a stopped energy. That's action. That is the king of action energy coming off of this. Sometimes he's the king of war. Sometimes he's the king of truth. Sometimes he's the king of action. This is the king of action, right? I got determination in those eyes. I've got someone who wants to be happy. Security is in opening up now. Okay? That's what Saturn direct is doing. It's removing all fear of opening up, in fact. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's find out where we go. Give me the soulmate cycle with the affecting energy of Saturn direct. All right, let's see where we go here. And I will pull on Venus and Scorpio because that's important for you in particular. All right, that's very important because that talks about wanting meaningful relationships. But right now, we're going to focus on Saturn direct and the lessons it brings with it. This is just as powerful in energy, if not more powerful, than the 1010 portal. And the 1010 portal energy is still here. Still game-changing. Right up through the end of the month, I said it's going to last longer this year than it normally does. You know, and it's still here. All right, I'm shuffling. Give me a reading, universe. I got my reading. No doubt about it. It's the very card that was at the bottom of this deck when I picked it up to shuffle for the pre-shuffle. How about that? It's 10 cups. It's that rainbow sword that King of Swords was just holding. This is a whole lot of fantasy, though. What is this? Look at that. I did not know that was there. I swear to fucking God, I did not know that was there. And I just talked about it. I said, that's that rainbow that King of Swords after the cut was holding. And there he is. Just still looking at us. Look, those fucking eyes. Yep. Right there. Somebody wants to bring this into reality, and they're hell-bent on doing it. There's no fear with this. It's a great horned owl. He don't fear nothing. There's no fear here at all with this. Those eyes mean everything. That's all I'm drawn to. I don't fear anything. I want to be fucking happy. I'm going to fucking make it happen. Right? That's it. It's about bringing the fairyland that can be the Ten of Cups into reality. And I swear I did not. I felt that. I knew this was tied to the King of Swords. I just fucking knew it. All right. And that's pretty cool. Why? Because this card in my reading crosses the Two of Swords that's before the cut. So it's part of the cut cards too. And this was after the cut. So it all ties together. And it all hinges on that Queen of Swords in that pre-shuffle. It really does. Our reading's on the flip. Let's see where we go. Right here's the energy of your connection. Right here is how your person's behaving in the 3D. This is their soul. This is the hidden energy, the message from the universe. It's separate from the reading, but it is read with the energy of the connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are. I will extend this. There will be a link for an extended in the description because we're going to have to. We got a King of Swords who means fucking business here. He's already come up twice, and it's all tied, all hinges on that Queen of Swords in the pre-shuffle. And that Queen of Swords, again, it's a retained lesson. It's a retained truth. You can't forget it. It's just a lot of action here. This is nice. It's about what I expected with all that fear being gone. But remember what can happen, like I said in that blog article, whoops, did I say that? You know, without the fear, there's no filter. So anything can happen here, and this person shows up. Now we're going to get a good read on it. It's been hinted, but let's see. What's the energy around the connection? 7 swords. 7 swords. A whole lot of what you think is going to happen isn't going to happen, or things aren't going to play out the way you think they're going to play out. It's just a deception energy. It's just a general energy of deception. Looks can be deceiving, right? Looks can be deceiving. We're going to have to see what happens when we clarify. It's not that it's bad. It ties to what I just got done saying before I pulled the card. I said there's no filter here. All bets are off. No fear at all. This steely-eyed king here is hell-bent on getting happy. So much so, went out and bought a rainbow sword. Right? Maybe he bought it on Pride Day. I don't fucking know. But he went out and bought a rainbow sword. Absolutely hell-bent on being happy. But there's no fear in the energy because Saturn's direct for reasons I've explained, where it's tied to Mercury and Mars and all of that. And then you've got the Venus energy in there, which wants meaningful relationships. It's causing a whole lot of things aren't as they seem. So in other words, somebody shows up, you're excited to see their text. Give it a minute. You know, they might say something stupid. I don't know. I can't wait to clarify it. I'm sorry. Things aren't as they seem. Okay, fine. We'll leave it there for now. How are they behaving in the 3D? This will help. I love a reading like this. I do. I love it when there's energy like the. Look at the energies coming out on the table. Deception around the connection. 5 of Swords in how they're behaving in the 3D. It seems like this person's, oh, I get it. Listen, it just because there's no fear, right? You got the steely-eyed thing here. To the outside observer, which is what we are here, right? It seems like this person is just, to the people around this person, it might seem like they're sabotaging their life. It's going to seem like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving that person? You know, if they were married or something like that and they're unhappy and they end up having to talk with that person and they just tell them to go fuck off kind of a thing. It's going to seem like they're sabotaging everything, but really what they're doing is almost on autopilot, going towards some happiness, taking care of business, doing something they want to do. This can also, as it relates to the soulmate connection, there could be somebody around your person that does not want them to talk to you, and they're going to do it anyway. All right, and that might be the catalyst that causes a fight on the other side. It could be. It could be anything. There's 20,000 people, probably 30,000 watching this video. I think 40,000 watch the 1010. I mean, I got a tall order to fill here to try to translate this energy. We're going to need to clarify. But 5 of Swords, just isolating it, I would say it's self-sabotage, right? I would say it's a false victory, right? I would say it's somebody short-sighted, right? But we can't because of this card. There's deception. Things aren't as they seem. So this is why I love this reading. It's fucking awesome. And it's very fitting. It's one of the last readings, if not the last reading, we'll be doing with the original Steve Love Tarot Animal deck because it's getting tired here. And I want to keep it. I want to keep it for posterity, so... But this is awesome. What's the soul? Oh, God, I'm afraid to look. I haven't looked. It's bookending the 7 of Swords. Yeah. Fuck. It's a whole row of fucking nonsense. It's a whole row of bullshit. This is the King of Wands. It's the Burger King. It doesn't belong in the soul, first of all. It's that fire energy that I talked about in a 3 card I pulled a day or 2 ago. Remember I said it's Libra season, but it feels like Aries season. There's too much fire element around. Yeah, it's a fire in the belly when this is here. But things are, it's bookending the 7 of Swords. Things are not as they seem. Okay, just like with this cobra. He's all puffed up with this hood and stuff. He's not that big. It's actually a fairly skinny snake. Right? He's all puffed up, making himself seem like he's tall and all kinds of stuff. Things are not as they seem. This is deception. This is deception. This is short-sightedness. But it's all anchored in this 7 of Swords. Oh, this is going to be one for the record books to clarify. Oh, you thought I was going to come in here and it was going to be like the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and one of those kind of readings. No, 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 no. This is this is the kind of reading I live for. I love this. Okay. Oh, this is good. Hidden energy. Oh, I love it when the universe gets gossipy. I love it. Guilty pleasure. All right, it's red with the 7 of Swords. What's the universe want to tell us? The 6 of Pentacles. You're gonna mellow out here. It's in energy. Things are not as they seem. Things are actually quite balanced. Somebody's actually quite level-headed in what they're doing and the actions they're taking. Okay? That's just, we're going to have to clarify that. I believe that to a point. But this here tells me something else to another point. Final outcome. Red with the 5 of Swords. Whole reading rooted in deception, but action toward happiness. 2 swords of truth before the cut. Right? Both being acted on because of the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. One side, both being acted on. No crossroads here. Okay. Final outcome. I'm going to take a peek. Oh, you are not going to believe this. This is unreal. I love this reading. It's 3 swords. Yeah, no. Wait a minute. Before you start, hold on. Calm down, DFs. What the hell? Take a chill. This is the best news that could fall here. This is just, it's all just rooted in pain. This can only result in communication toward you. It's as close to a guarantee as I can give you. It may not seem like it, and I know a ton of you are like, oh, yeah, Steve making a big deal about Saturn direct and all this. No, look at this fucking reading. All is not as it seemed. Things, balanced actions actually being taken here. All right, it's someone here, their short-sightedness has landed them in 3 swords. They're not short-sighted here. Somebody got the big picture. Somebody's in a lot of pain. Somebody thinks you're their shot at the title. Can I phrase it that way? Somebody thinks you're their shot at the title. You're their shot at the future. That's the energy that's coming off of this. And this 3 of Swords is the main card. This and the 5 of Cups, but this is more powerful. 3 of Swords, the more powerful main card that ends the separation phase in this soulmate cycle. It is, in a reading like this, it is the best possible outcome that could have fallen there. If a Sun fell there, I would be disappointed. I would. Or an 8 of Wands. It would just be too obvious. This is nice. Let's clarify. Randomly, I did not look. Randomly at the bottom of this deck, before we even shuffle, as I pick it up, is 2 cups. Yeah. Yeah, two long-lost soulmates coming together. All right. Let's clarify. Let's go. Oh, man, I should retire this deck after this reading. That was... it went out with a bang, right? Like Seinfeld, he canceled his own show. Didn't want it to go down the tubes. Just let's go out on top kind of thing. I respect the hell out of that. Yeah, let's go. 7 of Swords. Things are not as they seem. This is skill level 12 on a scale of 1 to 10 for tarot reading. You guys have no idea the energy that's here. Because the message itself is deceptive, which means I have to cut through and I have to use deduction when I read the energy to try to see what's bullshit and what isn't. I have to try to sort it out. So there's a layer of bullshit, if you want to picture it, like pond scum on top of the water, and underneath is clean water. So I got to swim through the pond scum just to pull this reading. And I can't tell you about the pond scum because that wouldn't be accurate. It's fucking unreal. I love it. I had a good breakfast. You're fine. We're fine. I had French toast, actually, which is, Anyway, Seven of Swords. Why is it here? Tell me about the Seven of Swords. And, oh, my God, I will shit if you give me the Seven of Swords. You're not. Oh, I just mentioned it. I said I didn't want it here. I said that it wouldn't make sense if it was there. It was one of the cards I mentioned. I said it first. The sun is crossing that. Yeah, things are not as they seem. Somebody here also, your person isn't how they seem. I have to try to, there's a lot of pond scum here. Okay, the pond scum is the deception. Your person has been pretending to be happy for so fucking long that they got trapped in a bubble and actually believe their own shit for a long time, which often happens with the King of Wands, right? They put up a front, they put up an image, and they try to pretend that this and that, and you start to believe your own bullshit, right? It's always dangerous. It's where celebrities go wrong. The ones that go bad, the ones that get all ego-y and they lose their fucking lunch over the fame and ego and all that kind of stuff are the ones who believe their own shit. They believe their own press, if you will. The stuff that the PR agencies are putting out. They can make you coming from a small town sound like you was the king of the town and they got statues for you, star of the high school, this, that, the other thing, when you weren't. You were really just kind of a halfback that did nothing. That kind of thing. Always exaggerate. It's what it is. Start to believe it. They even exaggerate about their height. I know a lot of celebrities. I got one friend, he's got 5'10" on his IMDb page. If he 5'10", I'm 7'2". I'll tell you what, 5'10" my ass. He's 5'5" on a good day. But if you start to believe that you're 5'10", right? But that's what this person was doing. They were believing their own shit, that they were happy. So the deception here runs twofold. It runs on them and it bled into the connection. It allowed them to run away from the connection because, I'm happy. Right? I don't need this connection. When in reality, it was the connection that made them happy, which is a truth that they're realizing now. All right? Love this energy. It's so hard to explain it, though. I try to home spin it with analogies, but I still think it's hard to explain. What's on top? Son of a bitch. You recognize that? Huh? It's just a little tiny version of our overall energy, which is linked to a King of Swords. Oh, man. It's a whole lot of fantasy land, okay? So it's saying the same thing that I just described to you about the sun. It's giving me the layers of muck that we're swimming through. Somebody here is now after real happiness. They want to bring fake happiness in reality, and they know that your connection is what to do, but they fucked this connection over so bad that, they're in Three Swords. They're showing up under Three Swords energy. Why is the Ten of Cups here? I'm afraid to look. The Six of Swords, they want to fix this. They want to go toward the rainbow, right? It's exactly what I just told you. I already said it. I use the cards to verify what I say. I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. That's it. They want to smooth this out. They want to fix it, but they fucked this connection so bad. They bent your soulmate connection over a table and fucked it with a fucking beer bottle. I mean, it's bad, and a jagged one at that. It's bad. It's a fucking bloody mess. It is. It's awful what they've done here through short-sighted thinking, but they're fixing it. They are fixing it. There's no doubt. They're trying to anyway. This is the hardest energy on the table to explain. I can read it. I can feel it. I know what it is. I've explained it a little. In one part, to outside observers, it's going to look like this person is now sabotaging their whole life over a connection that they don't even know they still have. It's what their friends might tell them. You're doing all this so you can, go find love somewhere else, but you don't even know if there is love somewhere else. Whether it's you or just in general, right? Whether it's love toward the soulmate connection or just in general. That's one energy that's here. For some reason, it's the primary. But the secondary energy that's here is just somebody here who is prone to short-sightedness and realizing that that's been the cause of their pain. Again, Saturn going direct. The teacher's back in the class. And it's time to get real about that. It's time to take a test. It's like a pop quiz. All right, I'm back. Y'all been fucking around while I've been out of the room, but now we're going to have a pop quiz and see if you were paying attention. It looks like they were paying attention. But that paying attention makes them, there's a lot of sadness and hurt here. What they lost, the one that got away energy is here a little bit. I can feel that. We all, I use my past experience, my life experience, to help translate the energies. We've all had one that got away, even me. I know what that feels like, and that's a little bit of that energy coming off of there. I see them fixing it, right? But we'll see. Why is the Five of Swords here? I'm still shuffling. Come on. Why is the Five of Swords here? Why? Tell me about the Five of Swords. Let's go. Yep. 10 Pentacles. Yeah, they on the one level, everyone around them is going to encourage them to stay where they're at because it's stable. Stay where you're at. There's a security here. There's a blanket. This is your life. What are you doing? Why are you changing your life with such steely-eyed determination? Why? Stay where you are. And that's what friends do. And not real friends. Real friends want you to be happy. This person here, it's clear, as part of this King of Wands in the soul. The only time I get a King of Wands in the soul is when someone is surrounded by energies that they've absorbed over time, energies that are superficial. Superficial people, nonsense, yes men, yes women, people that just tell them what they want to hear. The energies around your person do not want them to apply the lessons. Okay? Do not want them to. That's very clear from that. Also, that limits their thinking. They absorb. We tend to absorb the energies of the people around us. And that happened to your person. Human beings are very susceptible to suggestion. And that applies in a hypnosis level, sure, but it applies in energy. Everything is energy. If you could be the nicest person in the world, really nice, really kind, really whatever, but if you spend enough time hanging out because you think you want to be part of that crowd, hanging out with assholes, you will in effect absorb a lot of that energy and you will kind of become an asshole. You've seen it happen with people all the time. It's okay. We got a whole rainbow of energies inside us, around us, that make us up. Energies, each energy frequency is like an ingredient in a recipe. We all are a recipe, right? We all have a different mix of energies, a different mix of things. Depends who you hang out with helps accent energies that are already there. All right? What's that? I told you once. What was it? Paul Stanley from Kiss said. He said, "Fame doesn't make you an asshole. It just allows you to be the asshole you always were." It's true. If you're an entitled fuckwit, but you're poor, you've got to kiss people's asses to get by in life. But if you become rich, you can then be that entitled fuckwit and live that life and be perfect with it. It's absolutely true. It's energy that's already there. Your person's been very short-sighted here, but the energies around them are not going to like Saturn going direct. Okay? I'm going to be very clear about that. So if they're married or if they're tied up in a family thing or a job that they need to leave that's not their soul's true purpose, that everything's going to try to hold on to them. What's on top? What did I just tell you? I did not know that was there. I was not looking. It's the devil. It's the goat with its feet on fire. The extended's going to be good now. We got a devil on top of 5 swords, and what I'm talking about here, I'm not playing around. That backs up every word I just told you. Every fucking word that came out of my mouth just got backed up. They are surrounded by toxic energies. They're realizing this, but it's tough to break away from that. They might succumb to it. The devil also says that at another level. Somebody here around your person might say, "Why are you doing this? Why are you moving toward, you want love now all of a sudden?" But no, you're not going to be able to get the Fendi purses anymore or the Corvettes or whatever it is. Whatever it is. Oh gosh, I didn't think about that. Oh, well, it depends how deep in this toxic energy they are. How much they believe the enablers around them. All right? The people we surround ourselves with are always enablers, good or bad. They enable, the people we surround ourselves with, we absorb their energy. They enable us to be an asshole or they enable us to be good. It is what it is. This person, the runners in this cycle, have throughout their life, I think, given their trust and love and friendship, whatever, to the wrong people for the wrong reasons. Okay? We do it all the time. You're friends with somebody because you trust somebody. Trust is an important word. You trust somebody, why? Well, they have to earn your trust, ideally, right? But most people trust someone almost instantly if they met them through a friend or if they meet them at work. You know, they figure, well, the work vetted them, right? So they must be good. Oh, we both work here. We got something in common. Ha, ha, ha. We're great. Yeah, there's a lot. Or I met them through a friend. My friend Sally introduced me to this person. So they must be good because Sally... But how do you know Sally's not a bad judge of character? How do you... There's plenty of 20/20 and Dateline stories that start this way. None of that is valid reason to trust someone. You trust someone because they earned your trust. That's it. Just because your friend Sally said they were good doesn't mean you can just trust them right off the top. You can trust them to a point if you have to, but they need to earn it. This person never really... They've had this goat around their neck for a long time. Why is the goat here? Yeah, it's rats. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm right. Okay? The cards are verifying. It's just verified everything I said. It's the rat of disappointment. I'm only drawn to the rat on this card. That's it. Forget about cups. Forget about everything else on the card. Just look at the rat. There's a rat in the mix, and there has been, and somebody is sussing that out, but that rat's still going to try to hold on to this person. Okay? I'm telling you. Now, I got King of Wands in the soul. That's not where he belongs. That's not a good king to have there. But it doesn't. But because it doesn't belong there, it's not there. It's like the king. Imagine somebody like you. Imagine you own property, right? And that's the soul, right? That's your property. You got your big front yard, or let's say it's a backyard, with a little more privacy. You've got your backyard. You love it. You go out, you barbecue, you own the house, right? You got fruit trees back there maybe or something, right? It's your beautiful backyard. That's the soul. The King of Wands energy is the homeless person who comes in and decides they're going to set up camp in your backyard, and they set themselves up a little lean-to on one of your citrus trees, and they just back there. They're lighting fires, they're whatever. They don't actually belong there. They don't actually live there. They've just set up there, and that's what this is. These are energies that have set up camp in the backyard of your person's soul, around it. They're not in it. They can't get in. But they're the King of Wands because the energies around them are King of Wands energy. The energies around them are superficial, materialistic, and nonsense. And ego-based, and everything that, you talk to them for 5 minutes and you know how much everything they have cost, from their house down to their couch. Right? You got to tell you the price of everything. They know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Right? Well, that's this energy here. And it's going away. It's balancing out. I see it. But I want to pull on this. This ties directly to the 3D. It explains why this devil is here. It explains why the rats can gnaw at their soul a little bit. Just like that person who don't belong in your backyard setting up camp ruins your backyard. They're digging holes for their poo. They're shitting all over the place. They're pissing all over the place. They're lighting fires and digging fire pits. They're ruining it a little bit. They're a rat in your backyard. You need to call the police to get them out. Otherwise they get squatter rights if you leave them there too long. And nobody can get rid of them. That said, this person's left this here for too long, and that's resulted in this. They called the police to get rid of that person, and the police said, how long they been there? Your person said, 45 years. And the police said, well, they can't. I'm sorry. We can't. You're going to have to do something else. It's just like that. It really is. It's strange energy. I knew this was going to be a powerful reading, but I had no idea. Tell me about the King of Wands. Tell me about my squatter blocking this person's soul here. I think it go bye-bye. I think it go bye-bye, and it does. Bye-bye. Lover's card, crossing it with the love geese in the air. All I'm drawn to is the rainbow on this card. You see the rainbow here, the rainbow here, the rainbow sword, rainbows, rainbow here. It's everywhere. fucking here a rainbow, there a rainbow. Everywhere a fucking rainbow. Right there. Lovers. Somebody here has seen through this. But it's also telling me that they've been going against their soul's true purpose. This is major arcana. It used to be called the choice. Sometimes it's called the choice still in certain decks. It's not a choice that we get to make in the 3D. This is a 5D energy. The universe decides. Here is your soul's true purpose. We can decide with our free will whether we go down that road or not. It's this person's own fault, which is what the Five of Swords is also saying in a layer of energy. It's their own fault that they succumb to the energies around them. That they're unhappy. This Three of Swords is on them. It's got nothing to do with you. You just came in to help point it out. You were the person who came over for a barbecue and said, hey, you got a nice house here. What's with the dude in the tent over there shitting in your yard? You know, oh yeah, we can't, you know, what. That was you. You're the guest that came in and said, you know, that's not right. He doesn't have to be there. The choice was made. They made a choice to go down this path and be this. Allow this ego, materialism, and nonsense. It's not who they are. This is telling me it's not who they are in their soul. Of course not. You had a soul connection with them. This is nowhere near who they are in the soul. They're like you. They want cups. They want love. But the rats around them are going to try to hold on to them. They don't want to lose. Your person's some kind of trophy or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they got a big giant dick chakra. Like nothing that no one's ever seen. I don't know. There's some kind of trophy they're worth holding on to. What's on top? It just feels like that. It don't have to be anything major. Right? It don't. It could just be a bunch of... Usually these energies don't like to lose. You know, and they'll say anything to win. Anything to win. And that's out there in the societal energy too, by the way. Pay attention. The soulmate cycle is a reflection of the societal energy. Everything's connected. Everything's energy. People saying anything to win. They're making promises they can't keep. All kinds of stuff. It's nonsense. Yeah, and there it is. Page of Pentacles. Another fucking rainbow. 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 Everywhere. Fucking rainbow. Yeah, somebody learned that they've allowed this to happen to them. It's called a student. And it's funny that we use the analogy for Saturn direct about students and the teacher being out of the room, the students misbehaving. Teacher comes back, usually with a lookout warning, right? Everybody sit in the chair real quick. Teacher come back in. Teacher's back in. And pop quiz is about to happen. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? Yeah, Three of Wands. It's time. They're moving on from it. I told you. They've learned that they're not like the people around them. It's as simply put as that. Your person has figured out at the soul level that they're not like the people around them. The people around them are rats. They're doing them harm. There's some sort of, they create toxic. It's just materialistic, selfish energy. It's a narcissism. It's all entitlement. It's all here. But your person at the soul level is nothing like this. And they've learned that. And so they're moving on. But those energies that they're moving on from are going to try like little rats to sabotage this, right? Make them stop them from long range thinking and get them short range thinking so that they stay. Well, you don't want to miss the Ten of Pentacles that was crossing there. All right, this is bad energy, and I'm telling you, your person has learned. They know this. They're going to pass this pop quiz from Saturn going direct. Now, I can't say what a 3D person's going to do. I can't promise you they're going to come toward you. I can say what these rats are going to do, though. I can say with certainty because that's what these people do. These types of energies. It's what they do. It could be even as much as a job that your person should not be working. It's ruining them. You say to yourself, ever since they got that job, they became this, this, and this. But they won't leave the job because it pays a lot, maybe. Right? But it's not their soul's true purpose. That job, they'll say when they go to quit it under this Three of Wands energy, that job will do everything to try to entice them to stay. It'll increase the pay. It'll do whatever. It's a test in a lot of ways for your person. Whenever I see the devil here, they're being tested. Again, I said a pop quiz. The teacher's back. Y'all back in your seats now. You've been fucking around while the teacher's been out, but they're back. And guess what? He or she got a pop quiz. That's what it is. It's just like that. You see it all the time in careers and stuff people aren't supposed to be in, but they still stay in them. Right? Right? You see all those, again, we can equate it to celebrity folk. Everyone knows them, right? They're a good example. You see someone, they become all rich and famous, they start doing drugs, right? They're going down the wrong path and all this kind of shit. And guess what? They may have wanted to be an actor, but it's not their soul's true purpose. It's not the right thing for them. Their energy is not reacting well to it. It's backfiring on them, and it's time to get out. But they don't get out. Why? Because now they're addicted on drugs, and they need the $100,000 a fucking week to fucking pay for it. So they can't. What are they going to do? Go work at 7-Eleven? No. So we kind of fuck ourselves up the ass by the choices we make. That's why you've always got to take the long view. And this person always took the short view. Very short-sighted. All right, let's go. 6 of Pentacles. I love readings like this. I do. My eyes are wide open right now. I mean, I love it. What do you want to tell me here? I talk to the universe. You throw me a monster reading. And I say, what's the message from the universe? And the fickle old gal universe throws me this shit. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, I've already talked to death about this basic energy that's here. Yep, they see it. They've learned. I think they're going to pass the pop quiz. Okay. Well, why is the 6 of Pentacles here? What's the universe want to tell us? I can only imagine. I have no idea what's going to fall here. What's crossing this? Oh, okay. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. It's 10. That's it. That's all I have to say on it. And I've been saying that the last couple of times it's come up in the last couple of readings. I've been saying it's a 10. It is. 10s are the end-to-end dead end that lead to something new. This is not a spinning wheel. It's a wheel that's spinning 180 degrees. Somebody now wants to take control of their life. That's what this 3 of Wands is about. That's what this is here. That's why the universe gave me the 6 of Pentacles. Somebody here there's no fear in this energy. They are absolutely, sometimes I will say about your person, they're not sure they can make it on their own, so they stay where they're at. I don't know how much influence these rats have anymore. I don't think they want to be a goat owner. Okay? I don't think they do. I'm tired of having their furniture eaten. All right. What's on top? Yep, Page of Cups. Again, somebody wants to try again. They want to redo on their whole experience. Can I phrase it like that? Does that make sense? They want to redo on their whole experience, and this time they want to start with the cup. Why is the Page of Cups here? Let's see if I'm right. Oh, I think I am. It's the Empress. Yep. Somebody wants to smooth things over with you specifically. Okay? But on another layer of energy, their feminine energy and masculine energy is balancing. They've been too much masculine energy. That's where the ego comes from, right? King of Wands, way too much masculine energy. Their feminine energy is balancing up, and that's why all this is happening. That's why I also don't think they want to be a goat owner anymore, and these rats won't have much effect. Because they're already in 3 swords. They've already learned that person doesn't belong camping in their yard. There's a soul underneath there, right? They're already making moves making lots of moves. I'll tell you, all kind of moves right there. Look into their eyes, right? All right, final outcome, 3 swords. I said this was good. I told you, relax. This can only lead to communication. It's led into by the Empress. All right, we're going from the Empress to this. So these cards are all red with these, though. So we're going to find out. All right? The energies around them are harmful to them. They have been for some time, and I don't mean that in a nefarious way. It's not like, they're dangerous and your person's life is in danger or anything, but their soul sure is. And that's more important on every level. That's eternal. It's just, I can't even imagine with the energy coming off of this. No wonder it's led to this for your person. Their soul is like yours. So imagine you hanging out with this type of energy. You wouldn't. Right? It would eat at your soul. What? These people, I mean, even just this energy here, having a conversation with a group of people under this energy, for me, would be torture. Everybody just talking about, everybody trying to outdo everybody else in the conversation. One guy talking about a new car and how much he paid, and the other person coming in saying, yeah, well, I paid this for mine. And, it's not new, but I'm going to be getting, everybody try to outdo, right? It's one of the reasons I never liked being in bands, playing in bands. I was always more of a studio guy. I like to be by myself and write. Being in bands, it's all ego. Everybody trying to outdo everybody else. Everybody's band, well, we got the best guitar player. No, we do. And we do this, and then you have to keep going and going. It becomes very stressful. It becomes very stressful. It's just, wasn't for me. I never liked it. Your person's not liking the energy that's around them any more than I ever liked being in bands. Why is the Three of Swords here? Let's go. What's the final on this? This is quite a Saturn direct reading. This is going to be a fuck all hell of a fucking extended. We're going to have some fun with devils and rats, oh my. And we're going to have a lot of fun with the Empress energy coming up in your person, which I'm going to pull on. We're going to do some pyramids. We're going to do some looking at you in this energy. I want to find out what's going on for you when Saturn goes direct. And I can't wait to pull the timeline on this son of a bitch. Why is the Three of Swords here? My God, I'm sorry. I'm still shuffling. You want it accurate, right? You don't want me to just stop. You want my intuition to say stop. It could be a while. Go get yourself a coffee, right? We're coming to the end of the reading, so you could put your pants back on. That's fine. That's all right. In case somebody comes by your desk at work, you don't want them to see. All right, here we go. What's crossing the Three of Swords? The fucking Knight of Pentacles. Jesus Christ, that's unreal. It took this person a long fucking time. They were always going to get here. Always. This energy, from the moment, listen to me. From the moment you two had soul recognition, crossed each other's paths, whether you would bang this person or not, whether they just ran from you the minute they met you or not, doesn't matter. From the second you two had soul recognition, they started to see the rats and the devils around them instantly. They didn't want to look at it. They carpet swept it. But they've always been, this is a very reliable energy. That can always be going faster, but it's the second slowest energy in the tarot. They always knew. They were always going to get to this point. Okay? So Saturn going direct is a culmination of lessons, right, that they've been learning. The card of the student. The student came out right here in the soul. On top of this, King of Wands, leading to Three Wands, which is why this is definitely communication. There's no doubt about it. It has to be communication. It's Six of Wands right there. Why is the Six of Wands here? Well, that'll be this card here, but the Six of Wands is red with the devil. It's victory over the Three of Swords. Why does the Three of Swords end the separation phase of the soulmate cycle? Why do you think it ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle? I always say Three of Swords ends it because once you reach this point, you actually start to see things clearly in a way. You start to see where people or energies around you have led you wrong, where the toxin is. And they're getting victory over this because the heart chakra is open. Because the energy around them is transformative. That's what the butterfly represents. The green is the heart chakra. This is victory over this devil. I believe they do. I don't know what the final card is, but why is the Six of Wands here? It should be communication or victory in some way. It's justice. Yeah. Boom, there it is. Justice. We've had death and justice in this reading. We had death in the pre-shuffle, and justice here is our final. Justice and death represent the month of October in a big way. This is communication. This is someone coming to, this is saying, this is a minor arcana justice card. Right? This is major arcana. This is minor arcana saying the same thing. So our result is the Empress getting justice, the Empress getting communication, and them getting some justice. Them seeing the truth, getting vindication, victory, if you will, over the rat here, over disappointment. They have to fix this. We've been talking about it. They have to fix this energy. There's a lot of disappointment here around them for themselves, for falling for the toxin, for the short-sightedness. Energy's always in layers. That's the back layer. That's the side two, the B side. right? I told you about the A side, the people around them, but they're disappointed that they ever were short-sighted enough to fall for this, because their soul is awake on a high level. It's awake. And because of that, you know, again, action is taken. This is communication here for sure. Justice. Justice for the Empress, no doubt about it. But they're getting justice over the rats and the devils and the short-sighted thinking and all of that kind of stuff. All right, now I can't predict what a 3D person's going to do. That's free will. But I can tell you which way the energetic wind is blowing, and this person's definitely going to do okay on the pop quiz from the universe with Saturn going direct. I have no doubt. Now, I said anything goes here. There's no fear. So it works. It's funny to watch when it's on the other side. In other words, this person's going to go off like a motherfucker on the energies around them. I believe that's true. The judge is coming back to deliver the verdict. Okay? I believe that's true. And I don't mean Judge Reinhold. I mean like Judge Judy. Coming back to fucking really deliver a verdict on this side. But also, they may come at you a little aggressive. I don't know. Let's see if the universe will give us 3 cards on how they approach the Empress. And then I'll go pull some wicked voodoo. Alright, I will go in the extended. I promise you a fucking massive extended on this. I am fired up by this reading. I'm going to take a screen grab of it. Oh, this energy here is a field day. It's a fucking field day. It really is. But I like both sides of it. You know, it's a field day to pull on the devil. It always is. But on the back side of it, I see them getting victory over it, and I like that. How is this person likely to approach the Empress? Give me 3 cards. Let's go. We always pull from the bottom when we do this. Look at that. Look at... Oh, my God. Look. 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords. Yes, it's what I told you. Energy's always in layers. I gave you the layers here. I said one of those layers is all is not as it seems. All right? This is a whole lot. What the fuck? It's not... In other words, if they show up and they're pissy with you, it's not as it seems. If they show up and they're too lovey-dovey with you, it's still not as it seems. There's some... My guess is it's more toward the pissy side. My guess is it's more towards someone who's... It almost seems like they're trying to sabotage, but they're not. The same energy I gave you about this. To the outside observer, it looks like this person is sabotaging their whole life. They're just wiping everything out, but they're not. They're actually moving away from toxin. But just like when we take medicine when we're sick, it always has an effect where it makes us sicker for a moment. Right? There's this moment where you're like, why did I take that? God, I feel worse. But it's doing its job. That's all. You know, and it's like that. So however they approach you, all is not as it seems. And I will pull on that energy in the extended. I will. 7 Swords. I got 2 of them now. Tower. And the 7 of Pentacles. The Tower is crossed by the Hanged Man. Wow. Wow. Somebody's given too much thought to you. They haven't done anything for so long. They're so worried that you're going to say... I'm just paraphrasing the energy. They sat on their ass for so fucking long. You know, they're taking care of business over here, but where it pertains to you, because that's what I asked for these cards. They're so worried and freaked out that they sat on their ass for so long that they basically just explode. It's explosive diarrhea of the mouth is what it is. Pay it no attention. Pay it no never mind. It's just because they waited a long time. It's something they have to do. It's something that sat and built and built and built. Okay? And all of that in another layer of energy. What's funny about that is all of that is a deception too, because these 2 cards are read together. In fact, they have very similar backgrounds, right? This person is worried about something they shouldn't be worried about. They shouldn't be worried about how much time has passed. They should just be worried about what they're going to say and saying the right thing to balance things out. But they're probably not. And that's what the universe is saying. So again, there's a lot of deception, and they have to talk about it, and they're worried about that. There's just swirling energy here. All right. So yeah, diarrhea of the mouth is likely to happen. Explosive diarrhea at that. And I mentioned that in that blog article I wrote about Saturn direct. Whoops, did I say that? That's the title of the article, and I meant every word I said in it. A little bit of fear is good. It keeps us, well, maybe, we think in our head before we say something. We say, well, I probably shouldn't say that. Right? And then you stop yourself. But there's none of that. There's no one to stop them. There is no fear to stop. So it really does, what has been stagnant explodes onto the scene. And some of what they're saying you're going to have to discount. Okay? You're just going to have to. All right? But the energy is right for communication right now. This is divine timing energy. Divine timing, all it means, I know it sounds all divine and fancy, right? Spiritual shit. It just means that the energy is right. The timing is there. Everything is timing. Everything is cycles. Everything is energy. The right energy has to be there for the right thing to happen. You have to be the right person when the right person shows up. It has to be a sunny day for you to go on a picnic. Right? The right energy for the right thing. For the right action. It's right there. The energy is right for this to happen. But this person, again, is coming out of a short-sighted bubble. So I'm going to go pull some wicked voodoo. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm going to pull some wild readings. I got 7 swords to pull on. I assume that applies to both sides. I got to pull on this 5 of swords energy here with the devil and the rat. I got to pull on how they're coming towards you. I got to pull on how this energy is affecting you. And I got to pull a timeline on this motherfucker. All right. I'm ready. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I truly do. If I helped one person with this just one, out of probably 40,000 viewers, just one person, I've done my job, karmically speaking. If you want the extended, it's there. Link is in the description. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right? All right. Good luck. And stay tuned. Sometime in the next few days, or whatever, I'm going to pull on Venus and Scorpio, which should be very interesting, to say the least. All right. Good luck.